Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Jared with Hike Solo Outdoors, and today we are hiking the Abrams Falls Trail near Bristol, Virginia. This is about a 75-foot waterfall we're going to be hiking to, and I'm going to show you the video of the hike first, and then if you want, you can stick around at the end to hear my commentary and hear some tips and tricks about the hike. Thanks so much for watching, guys. So behind me is the beautiful Abrams Falls. This is a 75-foot plunge waterfall. It comes straight over a cliff, and then it comes down into some cascading falls. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is pretty treacherous to get down here. I'll be honest, you gotta go down a very, very steep hill. You're almost like going down the side of a cliff to get down here. I think most capable hikers will be able to do it. Just be wary of your footing. You are going to need to grab onto some roots and some rocks, and the hill can be kind of muddy, but once you get down here, it is just absolutely amazing. The falls empties down into a giant basin. You're just surrounded by huge rock walls. You're surrounded by running water, and it's absolutely amazing. I think this is honestly one of the best waterfalls in the Tri-Cities area of Tennessee, Virginia. This is a little bit over the Tennessee-Virginia line into Virginia. It's near Bristol, but it's definitely one that you guys should check out. It's not very well known. It isn't on all trails. You kind of have to do a little bit of research if you want to find this waterfall. But if you do happen to find it, and if you are brave enough to take it on, the reward is incredible. So we are finishing up at the Abrams Falls Trail. We're back in the car and we're headed down the gravel road that leads you to the trail. And I'm going to give you a few thoughts that I have on this trail and a few tips and tricks that I have. This is my first time out here. And first and foremost, let's just get out of the way that this is not the popular Abrams Falls Trail that's in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. This is in Washington County, Virginia. So it's right over the Tennessee border. It's near Bristol. So that's where this one's going to be located at. And this waterfall is a 75-foot plunge waterfall, and it is absolutely beautiful. I had never been out there before, and I've been wanting to do this one for a while. But after doing this hike, I do have a lot of tips. First off, this trail is amazing. It's pretty short. It is probably, I went about 1.7 miles, but I also did quite a bit of exploring off the trail. So if you get to the waterfall and just come straight back from the trailhead, it's very short. It's probably going to be more like 1.25 miles, I would guess. The elevation is about 400 feet, maybe 350 feet to 400 feet. But where you do that elevation, it is kind of challenging because there is, right before the waterfall, there is a pretty steep drop that you have to go down. And honestly kind of reminded me of like Red Fork Falls out near Unicoi. So that's another waterfall that's really, really big, very impressive, great payoff, but it's a little bit challenging to get there. And that's kind of how Abrams Falls is too. Pretty challenging to get there for sure. It definitely takes a lot of balance. So you have to be pretty good with your balance, and you have to be pretty good with your depth perception, because the trail is very, very narrow for most of the way, especially at the beginning. You're really kind of scaling right on the side of a pretty steep hill, and there's like roots and stuff that you don't want to trip on, and the hill can be kind of slick and muddy. So definitely bring boots that have good grip or shoes that have really good grip. That being said, the trail is, it's not super well maintained right now. I'm guessing after Hurricane Helene, there's just so many downed trees. It is doable, but you have to climb over those trees. You have to deal with like the muddy, slick parts of the trail. But then once you get down to the waterfall, it's actually really, really amazing. And there's a lot of shallow water that you can actually walk around in, sorry. So it's a really cool place to explore. You can kind of go all the way across from one end of Abrams Creek to the other at the waterfall base and get like the whole view of the waterfall, which is really, really incredible. Other tips: there are a lot of areas that look like trails that branch off of the trail that aren't the main trail. So you got to be really careful of that. But anyway, that's about it, honestly, guys. Like, I'm not going to keep rambling on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. If you feel led to like and subscribe, go ahead and do that. I'm going to be releasing more videos like this soon. Trying to get out on the trail more with my camera and record some videos for you, as well as get back into some gear reviews and stuff. So stay tuned. We're going to keep this channel going. And as always, stay hiking and stay safe. See you guys.